Hello everyone. If you are preparing for 2026 placement, this video is absolutely non-negligible. Today, we are going to understand the collection framework in Java in the complete interview-oriented way. By the end of this video, you will clearly understand what is list, set, map, and their differences, internal working, and most asked interview questions in the collection framework. If you are serious about the placement, then this video will definitely help you. Before that, let me introduce myself. I'm kalaiselvia, a corporate technical trainer and a freelance developer, helping graduates to be get placed in their placement journey. Okay, why do we need the collection? First, let's understand the problem. Before collections, we had the array, but this array has some limitations. That is, they are fixed in size and they cannot grow dynamically, and insertion and deletions are difficult over there, and they don't support DSA. But in the real world application, data keeps increasing. For example, uh, we need a dynamic basically. For example, if we have the student records, transaction records, the user data is everything every day grows dynamically. To solve this problem, Java introduces the collection framework. Yes. What is collections framework? Then this collections is basically mean to the before going to see what is collection and all, we have two things. One is a collections, another one is a collection. Just take a note. This one is interface, this collection is a class. This class this class collection has some set of method that is used for the operations of the collection framework. This a collection with s is a interface. That is what we are going to see today. Instead of array, we have developed only the collections framework. Okay, what is collections framework? A collections framework is a unified architecture used to store and manipulate the group of objects. Group of objects. It is basically used to store the objects, and it contains interfaces, classes, and it also has algorithm. In simple words, the collection framework is a ready-made DSA. The collection framework is basically a ready-made DSA provided by the Java language. Yes, let's see the hierarchy of the collection next. Now, this is very important in the point of interview. At the top, we have iteratable, then collection interface, then under collection framework interface, we have list, set, and queue. Now, very important point, map is not the child class of collection. This is not the child class of collection, and it is a separate interface. See, this is one interface. Iteratable is an interface. Then we have the collection interface. This collection consists of sub interfaces like list. These all were interfaces, set and queue. But important is a map is not the subclass, that is child of the collection interface. It is separate interface. The map is a separate interface. It is not part of the collection. Many students get confused here in the interviews. Remember this clearly. Okay. Next, let's start with a list list interface first. Okay, list maintains the list is basically it maintains the insertion order, and it allows the duplicate elements, and it supports index based access. This is what a list meant for. A common implementations of the list are array list, linked list, and vector. Now let's see the practical example of the list. Next, we are going to see the hands-on coding part on Eclipse. Here, have created the array list, and I have added, see here I have created the array list and I have added Java and Spring and again Java. When we, I just print the output first. When we are printing the list, we can see that the array list allows the duplicates element and the order of the array is maintained Java, Spring and Java, and it is internally how the array list works, and as well as linked list. This is also works like that. It maintains the order and it allows the duplicate. And how it internally works, the array list is backed by the dynamic array. This array list, since it is a list, I have created the object using the array list. This array list is backed by the dynamic array. A default capacity for this array list is 10. A default capacity is 10. And when it exceeds the capacity, it grows by the 50%. That's why it is fast for retrieval. The array list is fast for retrieval but slower for the insertions in the middle. Okay. Next, now the interview question. The interview question asked from this concept is difference between array list and linked list. Array list uses dynamic array and linked list uses the doubly linked list array. The working of them is similar. As you see in the example, both is going to allow the duplicates, follow the index based order. But how it is differed? That is what the interview question by structure. It is dynamic array and it is doubly linked list array. And array list focused over the accessing of the elements. Array list is focused on the accessing of the elements, whereas linked list is focuses on the insertion and deletion. So if frequent retrieval is required, we need to use the array list. If insertion or deletion is required, we need to use the linked list. This is most important in the point of interview. Okay, just take a note. Now let's move to the set interface. A set does not allow the duplicates and it it is not an index based value. Not allow the duplicates. It is not an index based value and it uses hashing concept internally to work. And the types of the sets are hash set, linked hash set and tree set. These were the types. Let's quickly see the example of the set interface. Here I have created the set, right? Here I have created the set by using hash set first, and in this hash set I added 10, 20 and I have added again 10. This is a duplicate record. First I have added the 10, again I am trying to add the 10. Let's run the program so that you get an idea. See, again I have added the 10 and I am printing the record. First it prints 20 and it prints 10. Duplicate value is automatically removed and it does not follow the index because hash set uses the hashing mechanism internally. Next, tree set. A tree set is, here the tree set stores the element. I have added the elements like 30, 20 and 10 and 20 and it stores the element in the sorted order because it uses the red black tree algorithm. It uses a red black tree. Okay. Next, now coming map. Yeah, we have seen the coding part. Now coming map. A map stores the values, the data is in the key value pair. The map stores the data in the key value pair and it does not allow the duplicate keys. It does not allow the duplicate keys, but the values can be duplicate. See, it follows key and value pair. It cannot be duplicate, but values can be duplicate. So it follows the set. The key is following the set. A value is following, basically following the list or um, list or a queue. It is basically following the list. Okay. Next, hash map allows, see, this hash map alone allows one null key. And the types of map includes hash map, linked hash map, tree map, and hash table. And one important interview point, map does not extended by the collection interface. Map does not extended by the collection interface. Okay. Next, let's see an example quickly. Yeah. For map demo, have created the map using integer string, which is key and value. Key is a type of integer and value is a type of string, object type of string. And new hash map, I am using the hash map over here, and here I have added java with key 1, a key 1 with a value java, and I have added key 2 with value spring. And again I'm adding the key 1 with value updated java. It replaces, how it basically works in the sense, it replaces the previous data. Let's show the execution. See, first, if I'm printing the data of, if I'm printing the hash map, the duplicate key will be removed. That is, the duplicate key is not allowed over here. First, it is initialized with the java value and spring. Again, at the third time I am using the same key, so it updates the previous data value. The java is replaced with the updated java. So while I am printing the map, it shows one updated java, two spring. Then iterating, how we can iterate this hash map by using the map interface. Here I am using the entry interface, map.entry. In this entry I am just passing the key and value type, and I am creating one reference for it, entry, and I am using the map, this one. I am using the object value map and passing the map value into the entry set method, which is present over this entry. And I'm printing the key. Key is entry.getKey and entry.getValue. This is how the value will be. Key is 1 and the value is updated java. Again key is 2. The value is spring. This is how the iteration of the loop is done over here. Next, let's switch back to the concept. Yeah, here's the overview of the collections framework. First, we have seen the list, which consists of ArrayList and LinkedList. Its main concept is it allows duplicates and it is index based. Duplicate is allowed, it is index based. And the set is non-index based, not allowing the duplicate. Next, map, it uses the internal key value. This is about the collection framework, and one of the most important thing to know, that is HashMap internal working is the frequently asked question in the part of interview based. See, uh, in the interviews this is one of the repeatedly asking the question, that is how HashMap internally working. That is what HashMap internal working technique. This is very common interview question. And HashMap is using the hashing concept, and it stores the data in the bucket. It stores the data, which is basically the elements in the bucket. And the important point to answer in the interview, a default capacity of the HashMap is 16 and the load factor is 0.75. And when the bucket exceeds the threshold, if the buckets, the elements, while storing the elements, if the buckets exceeds the threshold, it resizes and rehashes. Whenever the element value exceeds, it rehashes and resizes automatically. If collision happen, it will handled by the linked list. For handling the collision, we have linked list over here. By using the concept of linked list, we will handle it. And after 8 entries, it converts to the tree structure. These are the important interview questions. I will just repeat that to you. HashMap internally using the hashing, and it stores the data in the bucket, and the default capacity is 16. A load factor is 0.75, and one of the important thing, if the bucket size exceeds the threshold, it is rehashes and resizes automatically. If in case the collision is occurred, it will be handled using the linked list concept. And after 8 entries, it converts the hash map into the tree structure so that the performance will be improved. Next, I hope you have the idea to answer how HashMap working internally. I have to highlight these 5 points mainly. Next, most important questions that are asked in the point of collections. The point of collections, there will be either one of the questions will be asked from the collection. The questions are difference between list and set, and hash map versus hash table, what is load factor, what is fail fast, why equals, and why hash code. If you can answer these questions, these are these major questions confidently, you are strong in the collections. So by today we understand the collection framework in clear and interview focused way. If you are preparing for 2026 placement, this video will definitely a booster for you. And by the next video, I will come and meet you with the exception handling on the interview based way. If you find this helpful, share with your friends who is preparing for the interview, and subscribe to the next assignment. Yeah, see you later again.